Chef Buck here, and today we're going to cook up a bologna. It's a round thing, and it's called a bologna, but it's plantain. And I've got 2 plantains, green unripe plantains. It's very easy to peel them. You just do a slice down the side. You peel off the skin, which can be a little tough to do, but just believe in yourself, and you'll get through it. And then you want to put it in some water, bring it to a boil, and then simmer it for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, until you can pass a fork through it, until it's soft. It's just like cooking a potato. But we're going to make these bolognas, which are basically just balls of plantain. This is my own variation of a bologna recipe. I mean, it seems like every bologna recipe I've ever had has been a different variation. And at this point, I've had a lot of bolognas. But I'm going to go ahead and set my plantain aside. I'm going to take my plantain water and put it in a coffee pot, which you don't have to do because you probably got something other than a coffee pot. So I'm going to set that aside and reserve it. And I'm going to use my pot to smash my plantain in. Now, a bologna, it's just a ball made of plantain. And like I said, I've had all kinds. And the kind I like is the mixto. So it's got a lot of different stuff in it. I think the mixto, usually when they say mixto, they mean there's some meat in it. We're going to heat up our skillet, and I'm going to put a little bit of oil on here, and I'm going to fry up some of the ingredients that I'm going to put with my bologna. We just bought these at a local rib place, and we get enough for us to eat, but then I also get a little bit extra to use in Tigrillo recipes and in my bologna recipes. So I've just got some rib meat, and it doesn't take a lot. In fact, this is probably too much. I could probably use half as much meat as this. And I'm going to try it with just ham. I didn't know if I was going to have any rib meat, so I bought this ham. I'm going to cube up this ham and make some bolognas. And when I do eventually, I'll put down in the comments whether or not I liked it or not. But that's an idea, untested, so you can test it that way if you don't have access to some fancy pants rib meat or chicharrón. Just make some cubey cubes about this size, and then maybe just cook them in a skillet. Maybe cook out a lot of the moisture. Make them chewy. That doesn't sound like it would be good, having overcooked meat in the bologna, but I really like that meat flavor, and I like the chewiness of the meat as a texture. So it's really a textural ingredient. I'm going to add onion, and I'm going to add garlic. I'm going to throw in my onion with my meat, and I'm going to go ahead and let this cook up for a wee little bit. Now, while that is cooking up, I'll go ahead and mash up my bolognas. And it's pretty soft.
So you just didn't want to use a fork?
Oh, I'm going to use a fork, but I'm giving myself a head start here, so I'm not having to chase these plantain pits around. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of ají in here, which is kind of I don't know, I guess it's the Ecuadorian version of chili powder. It's just a spicy heat ingredient, and Camera Girl really likes it, so I'm going to throw quite a little bit in there. Black pepper, and I'm going to put a little bit of salt in here too. And I'm not going to be shy with the salt, and I'll probably put a little bit in the plantain as well. But I'm going to go ahead and mash up my plantains just a wee little bit more here. I don't want it to be so smooth that the plantain doesn't have any texture.
No.
As you can see, my meat is darkening up here.
It's ready.
It's getting a little bit chewy. Now I'm going to throw my garlic in here and let that go for just a few moments. I'm going to throw my plantain in the skillet now and get it mixed up and cooking with these other flavors. But as you can see, it's very dry, so I'm going to add a little bit of my water in here to make it easier to mix up, and then I will cook this water out a little bit. And I think I got enough moisture in here, so let me add it back into my skillet.
Before the cheese, huh?
Yeah, because I don't want...
Oh, that's true. You don't want it to melt.
Yeah, I don't want to add my cheese in here and for my cheese to fall apart or melt or become stringy. I want my cheese to be kind of cubey. And this is the kind of cheese I'm using. It's just a little bit of cheese with a little bit of oregano in there. So that's kind of flavorful in and of itself. It's kind of a harder cheese. You know, any flavor that you're going to add to this is only going to make it better. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to it right now, although it might be a mistake. But this cheese is kind of hard.
I don't think this is like the queso that you get, that
Yeah.
you fry up in strips.
But you don't want to put the cheese in while it's in the skillet heating up. And now I'm just going to make a couple of ball shapes. So there's one. Let me see what this other size is going to look like. And as you can see, it's pretty smooth. It's not cracked or overly dry. Let me go ahead and put a little bit more oil in here, and then I'll tell you about our strategy. So I'm just going to cook up one of these, and one of these I'll put in the fridge, and then we'll cook it up later for tomorrow. The meat's already cooked, the plantains are already cooked, so I could eat this just like an apple. You know, the world's most surprising apple. I could eat it just like that. But, you know, it's already cooked. I'm just frying it just for the friedness of it. I'm just going to roll it around in the skillet until the outside of it gets nice and fried and crispy around the edge. All right, how's that looking, Camera Girl? You think we had enough color on there?
Ooh, it looks good. It smells delicious.
I think so too. I could keep cooking it for a little bit more, but I think this is going to be plenty good enough. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You did it.
Does that look perfecto?
Yes.
Now this here is a very filling breakfast. Doesn't that look picture perfect? I gotta tell you, this is the best looking bologna I've made that has been this size. I'm gonna do my taste test right here.
Does it taste as good as it looks?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because I put a lot of flavor in here. It doesn't stay in a ball shape for long once you start eating it. I'll have the recipe written out, and you can go over to myfoodchannel.com, check it out. Boom, boom, boom.